What is up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Subnautica. So today we are talking about a lot of things, and only one of them are actually currently in the game. So the first one is the oxygen tanks. They have been updated. You can no longer stack them. So right now we have 45. If we put this on and equipped it, the standard will give us 30. So we are now at 75. If we go to try and put another one in our inventory, you can see that it no longer gives us more oxygen. However, with this change, there's now a high capacity oxygen tank and then a ultra high capacity tank. So if we go into our inventory, we take out the standard, we will check out the high capacity. The standard and the high capacity you can make in the fabricator, and then you take the high capacity and bring it to the modification station to then improve that. So this should bring us up to 135, and it does. So that is triple the amount. And then the lightweight obviously just makes you swim faster, and then the ultra high capacity will give you another 20 on top of your high capacity tank, which I don't have inventory space for currently. So let's dump that out. Alright, so our ultra high will give us 155, I do believe. Yes, so 155. So that is the highest oxygen amount you can have in the game now, as they no longer stack. Back beforehand, you could fill up your entire inventory with oxygen tanks and swim all the way down to the entrance of the lava zone. You will no longer be able to do that because you can only have a max of 155 now. The cool thing with this, though, is they are going to introduce a new model for this tank. It's not going to be this same tank. Alright, so I will show you a picture of the model right now. Originally, it was supposed to be called the double capacity tank, which they changed the name, thankfully, because it actually holds triple the amount. It looks pretty cool, and there's not really much more to say about it. Alright, so now for everything that is on Trello. The coffee machine is going to get a visual update. I will show you a picture right now, and it looks pretty cool. It looks high-tech, it matches the snack machine here, and, you know, it just looks really cool. On top of that, the snacks are supposed to be updated as well. However, the picture on the Trello looks exactly the same as these. So unless they're already in, or they are just don't have an updated picture yet, that will be done as well. All these things should be in very shortly in the check-ins. It's already in there. I'm just, I think it's like couple builds before it actually gets updated. So my assumption is as soon as I get this video done, it's probably going to be in the game, just so you guys know. Alright, so the moon pool is also game fragments added into the game, so I will show a picture of that as well. So that looks really cool. I'm glad they are finally getting around to those little things that they haven't had done for a while. Another thing that they are working on is all of the loot that are the cubes right now and doesn't have a model. They have a list out for those and are working on those as well. So you can expect to see those no longer being little cubes. Alright guys, one last thing to talk about before we head off to the prison. A video was released from a developer about how they are adding physics to the grass. So I will show that right now. It looks really cool, and I honestly can't wait for it to be added into the game. It's honestly actually something I never noticed, and I don't think it really needs to be done, but it is definitely a really nice feature to be added, and I hope it, I would assume it works for our character as well, but I hope like when you go through the grass, it pushes the grass out of the way. That'd be really nice. So the clip from the developer looks really cool. Not really much else to say with that one. It's pretty much basic physics. So when you run into something, it gets pushed away. It looks really cool. So I will meet you guys at the prison now. Alright guys, I am back at the prison here at the incubator. And our first image to look at from the Trello is about the incubator. It looks like they are changing the platform. There are 3 different versions. The first version is of the one in the game, and then the new One is it has like 2 blocks here and then a walkway, and there's sand covering part of the platform. And then in the new 2, all that detail goes away, and then there's just sand covering up the incubator. So it looks like they're just trying to make it look like it fits in more with the terrain. And then the last image we have from Trello is about this teleporter. Now they are going to raise up the sand on this side and then eventually cover up the teleporter, as you can see in the images. It says raise up voxel terrain on one side and add small patches of sand clumps on the platform. After Sea Emperor blows away the sand and the model disappears. So what'll happen is during the cinematic events of dealing with the Emperor, it will blow away the sand, so that way you can hatch the eggs, or after you hatch the eggs, then the little Sea Emperors will go through here and save the world. Now, for a while now, we have known that the Sea Emperor will actually communicate with us. And we've known that it will communicate with us through telepathy. We don't know, however, what it will say until now, actually. Somebody in my Discord called Pescaris, thank you very much, was actually doing translations for the game and came across the logs for the dialogue with the Sea Emperor. Now, you guys all know that this is a spoiler channel for Subnautica, but these are some very big spoilers. So, if you don't want to know what the Sea Emperor says, or what could possibly happen with the communication with the Emperor, then I would just turn off the video now and go on your merry little way. Just so you guys know. Generally, I don't say spoilers or anything, but after reading the dialogue, there could be a potential spoiler that I feel like you guys may not want to know. So, your forewarning. Alright, so with that warning out of the way, the first log from the Emperor says, comparing the Leviathan's call with that of other indigenous species has enabled a partial translation. Transferring voice control now. Will you play with me? A game played alone cannot be won. Those that took my freedom played to live forever. Such games can only be lost. I want to play a game we both can win. It is your move. And then the second log from the Emperor is, the Leviathan is communicating again. Translating. I like the way you play. I will take my move. I make a sacrifice of trust. I trust you with a request. I show my hand. Before you lie my young. My end is their freedom. Those that held us here and had ways of giving freedom at their whim. I ask you, do the same for my young. You have what you need to course or be kind. The others tried to take their prize. How will you play? And then our third log from the Emperor. In this small move, you have gained my trust. It is my move again. The aliens from before tried to force this information from me. To you I give it willingly, and in a way you will understand. I would make this move myself, but the others played their game too hard. Do not try to win, merely play. And then our fourth and final log says, PDA, translating Leviathan call. My young will swim for shallow waters. I will remain. I enjoyed this game, even as I grow tired of it. My end is now. Perhaps next, I will play as an ocean current carrying seeds to a new land, or a creature so small it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. And that is the dialogue that we will receive from the Emperor. Now, the reason why I put up the potential spoilers, or whatever you want to call it, is because the very final log says, I enjoyed this game, even as I grow tired of it. My end is now. Perhaps next I will play as an ocean current carrying seeds to new land, or a creature so small it sees the gaps between the grains of sand. So essentially what the Sea Emperor is saying is that it's going to die, or it passes away from being so old. Almost feels like it stayed alive so long just in case, or just in order to make sure that the egg and its young survived, and then we came across and hatched it, released them into the world, and then it's like, okay, have fun, I'm dead. So that's why I wanted to put out the spoilers there, because a lot of people, there's a lot of talk about what will happen to the Sea Emperor. A lot of people want to see it out into the world after we hatch the eggs and release them, and everybody's like, oh, what, is it just going to remain swimming there forever? Well, I guess this is kind of our answer. It's going to die and be here forever. So I definitely foresee a lot more animations and cinematics coming with the Emperor. For example, like when you come down here, or maybe if you're up there, it talks to you at the first time, and then when you swim down here, it like somehow flails its arm to show you where the eggs are, and then once you hatch them, it'll then say my young will swim to shallow waters. That right there is probably when the Sea Emperor swims by, and then the sand will disappear, or beforehand, and then it says it just to cue you that you have to then have the baby Emperor swim through here. So definitely really cool to see the dialogue and everything. Remember, it will have a female voice, even though the Emperor is not female itself. It is genderless. There are no genders on planet 4546b. They are all asexual. So just be aware of that. The reason why they want a female voice is just so that way it has a nurturing voice. And it will also talk to you with telepathy. So it'll talk from like your brain. It won't talk vocally. Just so you guys know. But that is all I have for you guys today. I hope you did enjoy. If you did, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button. I believe on the last Sea Emperor video we have almost 900 likes or more. That's a record for the channel, definitely. So thank you for all your guys' support. I'm really happy that you guys are enjoying it. If you aren't a current subscriber, be sure to subscribe, so that way you can keep up to date with all of the Subnautica news, contents, and updates that I will be covering. And as always, guys, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you in the next one.